Sports gambling has become extremely mainstream within the last decade, moving back to 2013 when the Murphy versus NCAA case came to fruition, where sports gambling was allowed to be or was permitted in the state of New Jersey, and now all 50 states pretty much have it legalized on different other apps or sports betting companies such as Prize Picks, FanDuel, DraftKings, the whole 9 yards. And today, my argument is that federal law should prohibit gambling companies from partnering with universities. And reason one why I say that is because the NCAA athletes, so college athletes you would see at any Division I school, no matter what, are already not permitted to gamble, whether it's NCAA or professional leagues. They are not allowed to gamble at all through an NCAA waiver they have to sign to be eligible. And so I believe gambling would harm the integrity of college sports in general as well. I believe infusing gambling into that would be much like the NFL or the NBA, where you get gambling advertisements in post game shows during the games, the whole 9 yards, where you can't watch a sporting event anymore without sports advertising or sports gambling advertising, being kind of forced down your throat, which kind of leads to my second point, where I'm going to talk about the problems of sports gambling. So studies have shown once you start sports gambling, it is as addictive as most drugs, like hard drugs and alcohol. Now, Dr. Rolando Gonzalez, an MD, said in an article posted on February 10th, 2025, per LeeHealth.org. The quote reads, "The excitement of gambling and the chance of a big win can stimulate the brain's reward system, much like drugs or alcohol, which can cause addictive behavior," which is exactly what I just said, just put in a lot fancier of a way from a lot more credible person to talk about this than me. And then sports gambling is already prevalent, extremely prevalent on college campuses. I'm a college student myself, and I see sports gambling everywhere amongst my peers. A lot of my peers do sports gamble. It's everywhere. It's in day-to-day conversation. It's when we're talking about games. It's everywhere. Which leads me to my next reason, which is the ethical issues behind allowing sports gambling on college campuses. Now, college campuses often restrict advertisement for tobacco or alcohol products because it goes against their code of conduct, or whatever you would call it at your specific campus. And the reason they do that is because they do not want their name or their image associated with tobacco products, with alcohol. Why would you want your name associated with gambling? It's the same. It is more addictive, than drugs and alcohol. It is. And so this could also conflict with the educational mission that universities strive towards by accepting the money for the sake of having the money. The university, if partnered with some gambling companies, would profit off of their students' losses that they have while sports gambling, because they're partnered with that company. That's more money in the university's pocket. So you're already paying for school, and on top of that, every time you would lose a bet, you would be paying the school even more money. Which leads me to a article posted by Harvard Law on October 16th, 2025, which has a quote by Harry Levent in it saying, "What we're looking at is the total normalization of a known addictive product. Does it get any more normalized than when a 9-year-old child visits Fenway Park in Boston and sees a BetMGM sign or a DraftKings sign on the Green Monster?" Which I think perfectly shows the state of modern sports culture, specifically sports gambling, and how it is infused into our everyday lives. I tell you, I can't go more than 15 TikTok scrolls without getting a gambling, like a call sheet advertisement or a Polymarket advertisement on my feed. And lastly, financial harm to students. Now, an article published on December 21st, 2022 by the universitybusiness.com reads, the title of the article I pulled from reads, 1 in 6 college students are literally gambling with their financial aid, which was according to a poll which included over 1,000 college students. And the quote from that article reads, consistent sports gambling leads to a decreased quality of life, poor mental health, heavy substance use, financial issues, damage to social relationships, and adverse impact on work and education, which is the exact point of a university. It is a nonprofit supposed to educate and help young adults progress and learn in their lives and better themselves. So I absolutely do not think sports gambling should be on anywhere where a college campus is.